think that the real benefit of having 4 months to study EFT with Sonya has been a process of just deepening my trust around giving EFT sessions. And I think that it really comes down to just practice, practice, practice. And with an environment set up like this, it allows us to get in a certain number of hours of practice where we can really develop the confidence to be really good EFT practitioners. And so I think that just having a container in which we can make mistakes and we can kind of experiment and not have to give perfect sessions really is a really critical opportunity in any development of a skill. EFT is interesting because it's a very simple tool and it's been boiled down to some basics, but there's a lot of subtlety within those basics, and having a community in which to practice with is really important because you're not then alone doing it, and you have a community that has support for you to be stepping into your purpose. And I think that that's, if anything, one of the other takeaways is that we can't do this alone. One of the cool things that has happened with me around my practice of EFT was last Christmas I went home and I ended up actually being able to share EFT with my whole family. Yeah. And it was one of the best Christmases I've ever had in my life. Like, there was a kind of the joy of Christmas that I haven't felt since childhood. And I really credit a lot of that to being able to increase my capacity to be with people at where they are instead of asking them to be anything different than what they already are, and just really appreciating the present state. And it was amazing what happened when I did that. And it was also cool, like, you know, the first night I'm home, my brother has a horrible toothache and he's in a horrible mood, and the whole family's like, oh, got to avoid Rio right now. And I'm like, Rio, come do 15 minutes of EFT with me. And so it was about an 8 of pain, and he had a horrible headache, and in 15 minutes we brought him from an 8 to a 0.
Yeah.
And the whole family's like, what did you do with Rio? Like, he's in a great mood. So that was one of those small things, but that really demonstrates the power of EFT. I'm looking at is integrating EFT into 2 different parts of my life, which is one, What's Your Tree, which is a group that I'm leading right now. And it's small groups of 8 to 12 people that are designed to help people identify their unique purpose in the world and then take action around it. And part of that is understanding the current moment and some of the challenges facing humanity. And so I want to use EFT to help people move into the despair of the current moment and actually open up to it and actually process the ways that are the overwhelming feelings that come up when we really look at the daunting challenges ahead of us, instead of just numbing ourselves so that we don't have to pay attention to them. And then also I know that I'll be using EFT in my coaching practice, and so it's really fun to think of all the different creative ways that EFT is working its way into my life.